Hi everyone, so second video review for this week is for Game Night by Cassidy Storm. If you want to check out my Goodreads review, I have just posted it. If you're on Facebook, it is below all the videos, there is a link, and if you are on YouTube, there is a link in the description below. And like I said, this is a video review. So Game Night by Cassidy Storm. This was a really interesting read. I've read one of Cassidy's books before, Girl Talk, and it was really fun and flirty. So when she said, do you want to read Game Night, I thought, yeah, this will be great. It'll be really fun, really flirty, and I couldn't wait to check it out, and I was not disappointed at all. I really wasn't. That being said, the one thing with this book, because I do my reading updates and I like to update by chapter, this book doesn't have chapters. It is one long continuous novella, and so I had to do it with page numbers, but that shouldn't put you off reading it, because the one thing I'll say with this is it really does work for this book. Game Night ineffectively is one night. So that's what Cassidy's done. She's written the novella as if one night, so there's no interruption of chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. It is continuous because that is how the night progresses, and that was really actually quite clever. When I realised that's what was happening with it, I was like, oh, this is really clever. So I really liked that about it. And so when I started reading Alyssa, who's the main character, it's from her point of view because it's in first person, which again is very difficult to pull off, so she's done a great job with that. Alyssa turns up to her colleague Mia's game night, thinking she's just going to play a few games. Now, I mean, there's game night and then there's game night, right? And so I've never been to a game night. I know what they are, and I know what they can perhaps entail, or the premise of what some of them might be interpreted to. So like Alyssa, I was going into this book pretty much blind, the way she was going into game night, and she got a lot more than she bargained for from the second that she arrived at Mia's. So there was a cast of characters with this. It wasn't just Mia and Alyssa. A few of Mia's other friends were there, and Alyssa wasn't the only new person to be attending game night either. So she's not alone in being the new girl at the table. But there are a couple of experienced players around the table, and Mia obviously is one of them. Casey is another, and Dallas is another. So there's her and Willow, and they're the newbies to the group. Willow seems to be a little more clued up to what's going on than Alyssa, though. So I feel Alyssa got a pretty, rough deal that night. But, she went to this game night, and was she really, Mia, she has a crush on. So this game night, as it progresses and she starts to work out what their night is all about, becomes progressively more difficult for Alyssa, because as these things do, when you're drinking and with people and you're having a good time, certain signals and people notice things about you, and yeah, it's a lot harder to hide your secrets, which Alyssa, is slowly discovering at this game night. So there was a lot of fun, flirty stuff in there. It was very sexy, very erotic in places. It was exactly what I did expect in terms of when I saw this sort of cover and the premise for the book. And there were a few shock twists in there that I didn't expect, but they did fit the genre of the book and everything going on at game night, and they weren't out of place. For me though, the one thing, Casey, what is she on? She's a nightmare. I would not want to be at game night with her. She's a pain in the ass, seriously. There were points where I was like, oh my god, why did you invite this girl, Mia? She's that character that you'll either love or hate, or you'll love to hate her. I love to hate her. I do love to hate her, but you will either love her, hate her, or you will, like I say, love to hate her, because she's just one of those types of characters. It's a bit like Marmite. She takes some getting used to. But Alyssa's really sweet, and she does end up getting a lot more than she bargained for when she goes to Mia's game night. Can't say too much else because it would give it away as a spoiler, and you'll need to read it if you want to know whether she won at game night or if she lost at game night. But it was really fun, and it was really easy to read. Just one of those books that you pick up when you're just in one of those really playful moods and you just want to read something that is not complicated, and just a lot of fun. Just make you I had a good giggle reading this, a good laugh, everything. And actually I learned a bit, to be fair, about games, about poker and stuff. And I learned that if anyone ever invites me to a game night, that I better ask the rules before I turn up. But it was really good. So I'll pop a link in the description in case you want to grab a copy of Game Night. You should. It's really great to read. It's just a little bit fun and flirty, and you know, something for a Saturday night if you don't attend game nights. And if you want to check it out, like I say, I'll pop a link in the description so you can. If you've read Game Night by Cassidy Storm, let me know what you thought of it. Did you enjoy it? Was it a lot of fun? Did you learn something? And if it's on your to read list, or you're planning to read Game Night by Cassidy Storm, again, please let me know, because it's always great to know who's reading what. And if you do read it, I hope you have a lot of fun reading it, and I hope you enjoy it. Bye.